Hi, family. It's me once again, Vernell, a man in recovery. I was thinking about this book, King, Warrior, Magician, and Lover, right? And I'm always talking about how I can, best help my community and, the young men and women who are coming of age in this, very exciting and adventurous time that we're in, right? I know like everybody's thinking that, this is the end of the world. Not everybody, but some people are. We have all these visions of an apocalypse, and, the things that are happening are apocalyptical, okay, to say the least. But to every end, there's a new beginning. And I look at this as a great opportunity for us to transcend ourselves and where we are to get to the next level of being as human beings here on this planet. And there are a lot of, great thinkers and innovators who are, really, they're not believers like myself. Some of them, they're, you know, some people who don't believe in, a God or angels and things like that. And, I'm beyond believing. It's more of an intuitive knowing, like a personal relationship with you know the supreme being. It's like there's no questions anymore. All right, for me personally. All right, I just wanted to share something about what it is to be a mature human being and some things that I resonate with in this particular book. It talks about boy psychology, right? The drug dealer, the ducking and diving political leader, the wife beater, the chronically crabby boss, the hotshot junior executive, the unfaithful husband, the company yes man, the indifferent graduate school advisor, the holier than thou minister, the gang member, the father who can never find the time to attend his daughter's school programs, the coach who ridicules his star athletes, the therapist who unconsciously attacks his clients' shining and seeks a kind of gray normalcy for them. The yuppie, all these men have something in common. They are all boys pretending to be men. They got that way, honestly, because nobody showed them what a mature man is like. Their kind of manhood is a pretense to manhood that goes largely undetected as such by most of us. We're continually mistaking this man's controlling, threatening, and hostile behavior for strength. In reality, he is showing an underlying extreme vulnerability and weakness. The vulnerability of the wounded boy. I like that quote, and I identify with it a lot, man, because I found myself in that same situation that I was the wounded boy, right? Many a times, threatening people and, acting out violently and, degrading, a lot of people that I owe a lot of amends to, right? And it's oftentimes the people that are closest to us, the ones we say that we love, that we victimize with our, immature masculine. All right. And it's very important, man. I love this work and this book because it's helped me to get a perspective on my own life. And Robert Moore and Douglas Gillette are a couple of men that really like impress me with their work. And Robert Moore is has gone through transition. He's no longer in the physical, but, I continue to pray that, God would have mercy on him and, lift him up, and his wife, because they both died tragically, or it's alleged that, he killed his wife and then killed himself, but he was a very complex individual, and because of that and the work that he did, I'm a little suspect of his demise, right? Anyhow, moving on, like a lot of their work is dealing with how we can help boys and girls to become mature men and women. All right. And, just the idea of, being shown what it is to be a mature man, that reminds me of like the yogis and mystics who, are revered in certain cultures because of what they bring, to their community and how they add depth, right, to being itself. And a lot of these men weren't PhDs and doctors. A lot of them weren't intellectual giants. It was just their presence and the presence of consciousness or being that they brought into the world. And that was the mark of their advancement along the evolutionary arc. Okay? And it's something that we, ourselves need to, all of us need to try to achieve. It's full maturity as human beings. And I think that, the work of these two men, definitely have impacted my life and contributed to my being. Like I, embrace the attitude of the warrior, and I understand, deeply what is being said when they talk about mythology and the importance of mythology in my life. Like I look at all religious scriptures as mythology. You know what I'm saying? I look at, a lot of our history is mythology. The history of science is mythology. It's like, we look at things and we want the truth. And people look at myth as though myth were not true, but they're very true. As far as, the myths of the Bible and the Quran and the Bhagavad Gita, they are more impactful and real than the facade of society and culture that we see around us today and that we try to represent. Okay, saying that I think like the attitude of the warrior, when we explore the attitude of the warrior and the attitude of the king and the magician and the lover, the more we get into these aspects of our souls, right, that the more fulfilled and empowered we become. All right. And if we follow that path, the path of knowledge and wisdom, our journey through this life and, even dealing with the things that we're dealing with right now, right, would be much more tolerable, okay, and just inspiring, all right? With that, my name is Vernell. Thanks for letting me share.